Hey lymphomies! Today's video was inspired by the comment section in my diagnosis story. I was recently asked what I did to win my battle against lymphoma, and I've been thinking about it all week. And I have come up with 6 essential things that you need to do to win your battle against cancer. Before I start my list, I must remind you that I am not a medical professional, not even close. I work in logistics, as in I shipped my cancer to the moon 6 years ago, and I haven't seen that bitch since. So please talk to your doctor. Any questions regarding the opinions I will express here. I'm not going to talk about anything too medical. I just want to get that out there because you never know in today's world, am I right? Number 1, home-cooked meals. I was blessed enough during my cancer treatment where my family would prepare meals for me when I was out of the hospital and I felt like eating. We all know by now that processed food is absolute garbage and it's best to avoid it whenever you can. And also, make sure these home-cooked meals are balanced. Vegetables, grains, meats. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, whatever protein substitute you can get. You're not always gonna feel like cooking or eating for that matter, but it will pay off when you absolutely can't eat and it won't be as detrimental to your health. For example, oatmeal was a favorite breakfast of mine. Bananas, lots of bananas. Lunch was a bit more casual, like maybe a sub or a tuna salad. One of my favorite meals for dinner was chuck roast with roasted potatoes, carrots, and I always had an arugula salad with it. Shout out to my grandmother and my aunt that always made these meals for me. Chemo detox weeks, eating was much more complicated. Both liquid and food were very hard to ingest between textures, temperatures, and flavors. Finding something to go down was nearly impossible. Even when I felt like eating, my mouth was super sensitive and my brain constantly screamed, "Cardboard! Cardboard! Too sweet! Too sweet! Cardboard!" On those days, I'd say just be on a seafood diet. Seafood? Eat it. Cereal really worked for me. The milk didn't taste weird, and neither did the cereal. So that was my go-to food during chemo detox weeks. Number 2, do not be embarrassed to get hydration. So, mini story time. After my first round of chemo, I went to get a Neulasta shot. Neulasta is a bone marrow stimulant. It helps your body produce white blood cells after getting chemotherapy. Anyway, I'm sitting there waiting for the shot. They're taking forever, and my blood pressure just plummets into oblivion. I pass out. All of a sudden, there's all these people around me trying to access my power port, trying to get me hooked up to fluids because, as it turns out, I was severely dehydrated. And this was not the only doctor's appointment I passed out at, because of dehydration. During chemo, you need to be completely hydrated, not only to help your kidneys flush out the toxins and the breakdown of the tumor, but also because your body is working way harder than it would if you were healthy. Seems a lot like common sense, but that's a concept I just couldn't grasp when I was sick. If you can't drink, you need to be honest with your doctor and have them provide you with IV hydration. If you're feeling like crap after treatment, it doesn't matter if it's not your treatment week or your doctor's appointment week or whatever. Don't be afraid to call them up and get yourself some help. Brings me to number 3. Listen to your doctor. When they tell you to take that horse pill, take it. When they tell you to use mouth lozenges and rinses, use them. Do not stop treatment midway through. Do everything as advertised. They know how to beat your disease. I know more than anyone how much of a pain in the ass this is, but trust me, it's worth it. I hated all the wafers and lozenges and mouth rinses during my stem cell transplant, but if I didn't take them, I'd have ended up with mucositis, which is a lot worse than nasty tasting medicine and the repetitive mouth rinses. If you have a strong stomach, I triple dog dare you to Google image search mucositis. But yeah, listen to your doctor, please. Number 4, If you're having a hard time with your diagnosis or your prognosis, the most important thing you can do is seek out other people that have gone through your exact disease. If you're watching this, hi, you've already made it to step number 4, and that's great. Thank you so much for watching, and I truly hope this helps you, because that's the only reason I make content. If I wanted clicks and views and subs, I would buy myself a microphone, lick the crap out of it, and yeah, apparently there's a really big audience for that type of thing. No, I'm not kidding. If you don't particularly like my content, the internet is full of us, and there is an endless list of people on here you can listen to. Me personally, I went on Tumblr and discovered a blog called Rachel Goes to Cali. It was amazing. My heart absolutely broke for this girl. She had both Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's lymphomas simultaneously, and she was just such a huge inspiration to me, and she really helped me a lot more than she'll ever know. Here on YouTube, I highly recommend Wounded Viking. He gets into a lot of life problems. He is very realistic. He has a great sense of humor, and you should totally check out his diagnosis videos. There are also a lot of pen pal programs provided by the hospital and organizations like LLS. When you get sick, they set you up with someone who's been through the same exact disease so you can talk to them. And I'm sure they would be happy to get you through it. Number 5, once you've found your community of people, do something entertaining that'll help you escape your reality. Do something that'll help get your mind off of what you're going through. For example, God blessed my family with creative hands, and my mother passed hers on to me. As a child, I really loved painting and drawing. I even won a few awards for my work. And after high school and I joined the workforce, I stopped doing drawing and painting. Once I got sick and I had to fill my time with entertainment, I began to draw and paint again. And it was the best thing I ever did, because not only was it entertainment, it was also a painkiller and a very good escape from reality. I'm gonna elaborate more on this and you'll see why in the next video. And number 6, last but certainly not least, arguably the most important, is to choose to have a positive attitude during your cancer treatment. Hi, my name is Nick, and I believe with my whole heart that choosing happiness and positivity during your cancer treatment is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. I've said this many times on this channel, and I'll say it again and again. Your brain is extremely powerful. If you've ever seen someone struggle with depression, you've also seen the havoc it wreaks on someone's physical health. Think about a really bad day. Have you ever been so sad and cried so hard? Feel it in your chest, your head pounds. It's very physically painful. Do you have days where getting out of bed is impossible? Showering, moving? We've all been there. Imagine pairing that with chemotherapy, radiation, all the pokes, prods, hospital visits, and everything else they've put us through, and all the residual effects of cancer. It's a recipe to go down in flames. If you give up, your body could give up. And this world is a better place with you in it. I know this is a fictional story, but the show The L Word always comes to mind. One of the characters, Dana, she gets diagnosed with breast cancer, and she is absolutely devastated by the news, and rightfully so. But she just falls into this pit of depression and anger. My life sucks, I'm too young for this, and treats her friends and family like absolute crap. And that's never good, because nobody wants to be around you, except your cancer. When you choose happiness, positivity, humor, you not only take tremendous weight off your own shoulders, but the shoulders of your friends and family as well, who do not want to see you suffer. Dana essentially ended up giving up. She ended up dying of her disease. Again, I know this is a fictional story, but I've seen this in reality as well, and not just with cancer, with other sicknesses. And there's a lot of truth to it. But yeah, those are 6 things that I came up with that you need in your battle against cancer. It's true that we're all at the mercy of how our body reacts to the chemotherapy and radiation and all the other treatments that they put us through. But these are 6 things that you can control. Also, I want you to know, if you're ever lonely, beyond your friends, beyond your family, even beyond YouTubers and bloggers who've been through the same thing, please remember that with God and Jesus, you're never alone. Ask them to take burdens off of you that you cannot handle. Thank you so much for 300 subscribers. I truly hope you're all doing well. Feel free to discuss anything you want with me in the comments. Do you agree with me? Are you newly diagnosed? If you're a salty veteran like me, how long have you been out of treatment and how are you doing now? I also want to know if any of you made videos about your personal battle with cancer, because I would really love to see them. I try to answer all comments, and if I don't, YouTube just didn't tell me about it. God is great, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!